Hello students, good morning to all. Today we are going to see the next determinants of agriculture. Next point, that is determinants of agriculture. In the previous lecture we have seen how physical and climatic factors are affecting on agriculture. Today we have to see the economic determinants of agriculture. And so how economic factors are affecting on the agriculture we have to see. So let us see which factors are these. So there are various factors which affect directly on the agriculture uh, in the perspectives of economy. So let us see which factors are these. First and foremost, an important factor in the economic factor is capital. As we know that agriculture is a capital oriented business or a capital oriented uh, occupation, and it requires huge capital, and there is a various ways, or there is lot of ways by which we can do the investment in the agriculture. First, an important thing is that we require a land, and for purchasing the land, we require a fund or money. And if we or the farmers get their ancestor property as a land, then that capital can be it is not then required for as a economic factor. But most of the time, what happens if someone have no land, then he has to invest the money in the purchasing of land. That is very huge, and that is the one important thing or one important economic factor. After that, whenever farmers decide to do the farming, for the same, he requires a lot of things. He requires equipments as like tractors for the sowing, for the cultivation. He requires a bullock cart. He requires a bullocks. Afterwards, he requires um, irrigation facilities. He requires a seed. He requires labor. He requires transportation system. All the things means uh, whatever is there he want to do in the field, for the same he requires money, right from the sowing of the any crop to the harvesting of any crop. He requires some money for the manures, for the fertigation, for the insecticides, for the pesticides, for the labors, electricity, and many more. So there are various inputs in the agriculture by which agriculture is affected. And if the farmer one who have a capital, he can do the well practice of agriculture. But if someone have no capital, there is no facility. Some farmers have no facility of the loan, and some farmers have no potential to do the repay of the pay loan. That's why it makes the problem, and this is the way by which capital affecting on the agriculture, and that is a direct effect on the agriculture. Next thing is transportation. As we know that for the raw material as well as for the finished material, we have to do the transportation. Whenever farmers want to want to send the material to the farm, means manures, equipments, and many more, he requires a transportation. If transportation system is developed, then there is a good scope or huge scope to do the practice of agriculture. But if the transport system is not developed, then there is a limitation to do the practice of agriculture. I just want to share simple example. If farmer produced a vegetable very qualitatively, but he have no transportation system, he can't send it to the market, send it to the buyer, send it to the customer, and that's why that vegetable get damaged or gets spoiled, and there is huge loss of the farmer. It makes the effect on the agriculture. Not only this, but whenever transportation system is not developed, production as like a grain, fodder, uh, fruits, flowers, milk, eggs, all these things cannot be transported properly, and that's why it affect on the agriculture. Not only the transportation mode, but the way of transportation is also affecting on the agriculture. Uh, Here, I just want to share one example. Suppose he produced flowers, and if uh, he he have no good transportation facility, then he could not send it to the sellers or to the customers in time. And if that cannot send in the proper time, it get damaged or it get spoiled, and that's why that there is a huge impact on the cost, huge impact on the prices, and it affects on the overall agriculture. Next thing is market. Market is the soul of the agriculture. Unless and until there is no market, there is no customers or there is no buyers to the product, then no any occupation can be survived. Similarly, agriculture also requires a market because there is various products which are perishable. They can't be stored for a more time, as like a milk, flowers, and some fruits are there which are very sensitive to the uh, climate, sensitive to the weather, and they start decompose whenever they get harvested. And that's why that should be sent in the proper time, and that should be sent in the proper way to the market or to the customer, so that a market is required. Nearness of the market is very very important. As the distance from the field and to the market is increased, there is a more requirement of time to send the product to the customer, and it makes the problem because whatever the produce, uh, whatever the farmer produced over there, that should be reached into the market in a proper way and in a proper time. So it is very very important. And not only this, but whatever the customer's quality is there, that also determine the overall price and overall demand of the agricultural produce. So market should be near market. Whatever the customers are there in the market, that they should be having a purchasing capacity. All these things determine the overall uh, effect on the agriculture. Next point is storage. This is also one important thing. Whatever the farmer has produced in the field, that should be stored properly, and most of the farmers have no uh, facility of storage. I just want to give one example. Suppose onion is produced by the farmer, and if he have no storage facility, then he has to sell. Whether he can't think that whether there is a price or there is a good rate to the good rate to the onion or not, so that he has to sell that produce whenever he has harvested that produced in the market. Okay. So means due to the lack of storage facility, uh, he has to bear a loss. That's why storage capacity is also one important thing. Not only about the vegetable onion, but there are some products like grain or cereals. They should be stored properly. If they are not stored properly, then animals like rat and many more, which do the damage for that cereals and grains, and that's why there is a loss of the farmer. Some farmers uh, have capacity of storage, but nowadays some products are there which are very sensitive, as like grapes and flowers and vegetables, which requires a pre-cooling storages or pre-cooling units, so that they can store it for longer period, and they can sell it in the market whenever there is a demand or whenever there is a market or whenever there is a requirement of that product. So storage capacity is also one important thing. Next one is export and import. Export and import facility also directly affect on the overall agriculture. I just want to give one example again. Suppose India is producing sugar uh, from sugarcane. Due to the overproduction, uh, whatever the national policy is decided, according to that, if it is not exported to the another country wherever it is demanded, and due to that the prices of the sugarcane get declined. Similar way, not only export but import is also affecting on the overall agriculture. uh, Again, here again I just want to share one example over here. Suppose we are producing onion, and at the same time we are importing the onion. That directly affect on the prices of the onion. So export and import facility is also one important thing or important factor which directly affect on the overall agriculture. So this is all about the economic factors which affect on the agriculture. Today we stop here. Thank you. Thank you very much.